probably recorded that first part of our conversation. I completely forgot to press a button, but it's going on now. So okay, all right. Let's look at some of the accounts and see what we can go with. Okay. All right. So let's go into the Maddox law firm, I guess, because it offers two different separate areas: personal injury and criminal. And we'll kind of do a few ads, and I'll let you guys kind of participate at the same time while we're creating these ads. And you can kind of tell me what you're thinking, right? So what we'll be choosing. So let's create like a test campaign, and let me share my screen with you. Are you guys seeing my screen?
Yep, I can see it.
Okay, perfect. All right, so let me copy this really quick. Oh man, I hate this when this happens.
Yeah, that usually happens to me as well. Always. You
Yeah,
tend to
yeah,
uh,
it's pretty
get
annoying.
off with.
Yeah, pretty annoying. Okay, so yeah, let's go in here, and what we're gonna do is I'm gonna allow you guys to kind of select a keyword, and we're gonna create ads for the keyword that you guys select. Okay, that way we can kind of, if you guys see a particular keyword that you think would be interesting for you to see how I would go about creating those ads, we'll just do that. Okay. Um, so these are the search terms for today, I believe. Yeah, so let's add a few more keywords in here. Say it would pass 7 days. Okay. So I'm gonna let you guys kind of, go through the keywords with me and choose a keyword that you'd want to see me create some ads for, and we'll do them together. So okay, so eye injury lawyers. Okay, no issues. So eye injury lawyers. So let's put that down. Let me get rid of this. So okay, eye injury lawyers. Okay. So let's look through our injury campaigns and see if we have any ad groups that kind of fit that criteria, right? Okay. So we have injury lawyer, injury attorney, kind of dog bite attorney lawyer, vehicle crash, right? So we're looking for either an injury or some keyword that's going to be similar to that. So let's say we wanted to take this ad group, injury attorney, and turn it into eye injury, right? So what I would do is, because we don't have anything. I know for a fact we don't have anything that's that specific as far as injury goes, right? Um, So I'm gonna have to start a little bit more broad in order to turn that into what we need. So let's say I take our eye injury lawyers. That was so okay. Let's take this injury lawyer. Let's come to our test campaign. Oops, no, sorry. And let's paste it. Yeah, so we don't really need this. Let me delete this as well. Now, one thing I wanna mention is so. For example, if we had, like, you guys already know this, but if we had a lot of keywords potentially with I would just do it like this, name it like this. But since this is not going to be like something that we're going to see a lot of keywords for, you can do it like this as well. Okay. Yeah. So ideal way obviously would be to have I then an injury lawyer, but in this case I'm gonna let it fly because it's going to be a very select keyword, right? So um, when we're creating an ad group from the get go, right, we're adding all of these possible keywords into it and see what sticks. In this case, I'm not really going to do that because it's going to be a low search volume type of a keyword. There's not going to be a lot of traffic behind it. So let's see. I injury lawyers. Okay, so now let's go to the ads and see how we can mod them really quick. So start at the top. Top rated I injury lawyers. So I can do this. Yeah, one thing to notice again here, guys. See the language, free full case evaluation, right? Nothing about consultation or anything like that. If you look at our landing pages, same thing. We don't use consultations. It's always case evaluation, strategy session, or something like that. So besides, you got to make sure that if you're creating a brand new page, obviously, you want to change your URL. So here we can go like this, right? I could go like that. Make sure that your path lines are similar. I could also add a little bit more relevance here by getting rid of this. And let's do a bonus. So let's do our little recommended. or I could go like this: experienced eye injury lawyer. Okay, and done. So, any questions? Does did it all this make sense? Was it pretty easy?
Yep, yep. So just to make the ads in line with the keywords that we are using.
Exactly, exactly. I mean, that's the most important thing we're trying to do here. I mean, there's two criteria, right, that we're trying to fulfill. Have really really good ads that appeal to whoever is searching for that, right? So we get a click, and the second obvious, the most criteria is to get a really good quality score, right? So as long as we fulfill those two conditions, we're looking good. And again, we already have most of the templates, and our templates are really good. We've tested these templates across many accounts, right? And we're both me and Jim are pretty good copywriters in general. So if you look at our ads and look at our competitors, I don't know if you guys familiar with this tool. I would definitely recommend this if you guys have never seen this before. But basically what it does is you could go into any market. This is for advertisers, right? This is a tool for advertisers. You can go to any market, put in your keyword, the city that you want to see the ads in, and you'll see the advertisers, all the ads for that specific location, right? Because like if you're searching from your home IP, you're not going to be able to see the local ads, right? So I'm gonna drop this guys for you. So in case you ever need to like see what the ad looks like or anything like that, please add it for your reference. Might be helpful at some point. But yeah, I do it quite often. I'll go in and if we're creating like a brand new ad that we haven't tried, or we're going into a new market, right? And we want to see how we're stacking up against the rest of the competitors. I'm gonna use this tool, see how our ads are looking, what kind of competition we're looking at, and then so on and so forth. So let's do another one.
Yeah, also we can do that through the ad preview and like notice tool. Yeah.
Yeah, but what the difference between the ad preview? This is like a live market, right? You're actually gonna
Yeah.
see what it looks like on Google.
Okay, got it.
Okay, so let's go to search terms. Last 7 days. Okay, Pio, it's your turn. Give me a term you wanna you want you.
Yes. Let's do something. Product liability attorney Danbury. Yeah. Some allocation one. Yeah.
Sure, sure. Okay, so product liability attorney Danbury. I think I paused those ad groups, but that really doesn't matter. So let's go into back to injury because it's a personal injury keyword. Also, yeah, I'm gonna take a look at that. Like, so let's go down and see if we have any product liability ad groups. Okay, so there's a either this is a premise or product liability. Let me check really quick. Okay, so this is premises liability. We can use that honestly if we wanted to, but let me see if I can find anything with a location in it. All right, so we don't really have anything with a location in it because we haven't really done a lot of. I think I've done search keyword processing here once or twice maybe, but we don't have a lot of locations here, right? I don't really see any locations. Um, so we're gonna take a general ad group and just turn it into a location ad group. So product liability. This is a again premise liability, I think, but so this is pretty easy still. Okay, so product liability. What's a keyword here? Attorney. Okay, Danbury CT. So product liability. I'm gonna take a broad ad group in this case. Okay, so I don't know what the price is, but probably like $100 or something. Whatever. Okay. It's product liability attorney Danbury CT. So okay. So we have CT product liability attorney, right? So we're missing Danbury. So we could really kind of extend this. Let's see. Well, let me first see what the second ad was. Okay, so top rated CT product liability attorney. We seek the maximum. Okay. Uh, and do you need proven? Okay, do you need? What I'm trying to do is fit in CT in here as well. I would have to literally do that. Do this. Need. So in here, like we could really leave it as is, or if you want, I wanted to go a little bit more relevant, I could, let's say, delete this product liability doesn't fit. Let's see, Danbury attorney product liability, well, kind of like that. If I wanted to fit in a little bit more stuff in here, but what we had before here, top rated product liability attorney, is just as good, right? So you don't necessarily need to always fit in all the keywords that you're trying to rank for. Okay. Okay. So this is all good. Just make sure you have the correct page that you're going to be optimizing for this ad group. So we got all, since I've changed the path lines, Danbury attorney product liability, I got to make sure that this matches it as well, right? Danbury attorney product liability. Okay, so top rated CT product liability attorney. We seek the maximum. Okay. We help many Danbury residents who were injured get the highest compensation now. Okay, that's done. Easy enough. So here, if you guys see, so we have CT, product liability, attorney, Danbury thrown in a few times, right? So good chance that we're going to get a really good quality score because we've pretty much used the keywords that all parts of the keyword multiple times, right? So ideally, still you want to use some, if you can use this like kind of like this in the same order, but it's not like a necessity from my experience. Most of the time when you have all the parts of the keywords available in your headlines, it usually gives you a pretty good score, relevancy score. But this can always be adjusted, right? this is like the easiest part of the quality score for me to adjust the ad quality score, right? So if we have a low ad quality score, this is the least amount of work for me. So if we have like a landing page average or below average, that's usually more work than anything else because you have to go back in there and optimize it and all that. But the ads themselves are usually the easiest parts to adjust. So let's create this third one as well. Um, say Danbury product liability, or it's not gonna fit in liability. Uh, uh, or it's not product liability attorney. So, it's the experienced product liability attorney. So we could do recommended. So we could, do something like really easy. Call top rated uh, product liability attorney in Danbury CT for an immediate see case eval. Uh, okay, so that's that, and we're done.
Okay, yep, good.
So let's go into a criminal area now and see what we can come up with on the criminal side as well. So let me add a little bit more volume. Okay, so there's say last 14 days or something. So Brian, your turn, brother. Anything that you like. Yo, Brian.
Yeah, yeah. I'm looking at the keywords.
Yeah, I'm just
That's good.
messing with you, man.
That's okay. No worries.
That one, best criminal lawyer in Stanford.
Okay, let me
Yeah, that's
see.
probably how we can target best, right? Yeah,
Yep.
good.
So where is that? Where is that keyword? Oh, I'm trying to find it. Best criminal lawyer in Stanford CT. Okay. So let's take a looky and see what we have here first. Yeah, so we don't have a lot of customized ad groups here yet because a lot of these keywords basically need to be processed. But like some of the other accounts, like Irving and Medlin, you'll have all of these keywords. Like the templates already it will be in there, right? For like best and locations and all that kind of stuff. So it'll be a lot easier for you to actually do it. But I'm gonna do one basically from scratch, right? Um, so let's copy this ad group, criminal attorney. Let's go over here. Usually it should be whatever. sure I spelled Danbury correctly. Oh, it's Stanford. Never mind, not Danbury. Okay, Stanford. Okay, so I think I took attorney ad group, but doesn't really matter. For your sake, though, whenever you guys are doing it, obviously you probably want to choose lawyer if available, right? Not attorney. Just less work, and the page that you'll be working on obviously is going to be less work as well, right? For optimization purposes.
So we only add top rated and not we don't use best.
Well, we don't use best, just straight up best, right? Remember, I've shown you a few times. If we have to use best, we do stuff like rated as the best, right? We never want to say the best attorney. We always have to back it up. So if somebody searches for Matthew, Matthew Maddox, uh, what is he in New Canon or something? Okay, so he has 5 reviews here. See, so he has a perfect reputation on Google. 31 reviews, and not a single one that's below 5. Right, so he's got a lot of good reviews on Avo as well, on Facebook, pretty close to perfect, right? So rate biz, I don't know what that is, but he's got 5, right? So we have to make sure that we're covering our asses basically more than anything else, right? With the board, with the with the board in Connecticut, right? So if they see our ads and they decide to check Matthew, we're not breaking any laws basically for that state. So that's why we can't go and say best lawyer in whatever. We have to back it up, rate it as the best, right? I really can say. Okay. So best criminal lawyer in staff. So rated as the best criminal lawyer in Stanford CT, right? So on the pages itself, okay, I've shown this guys to you already, but when you're optimizing the page and in the spots that will be visible on the landing page, right, you have to use the same type of language, right? So when you're like, adjusting your meta tags and alt tags, obviously you're using the actual keyword. But when you're, any parts of the page where it might be visible to anyone reading it, you gotta use the same type of language if you want to, have that on a page as well. Okay. So okay, so we consistently that's really it, man. I mean, we just the only thing you might want to do is obviously we have 9 characters left, so you want to beef this up a little bit. So I could do something like let's see, we are or we are rated as the best criminal lawyers if you wanted to, right? But I'm gonna have to adjust it if I do that. Uh, or I could do something like call us. No, that doesn't work. Call us. Or I could do Maddox like that, rated as the best criminal lawyer in Stanford City. That looks really good. Even though usually I don't ever use this, but for I don't ever use an attorney's name because it doesn't really add much value. But in this case, it doesn't really hurt him either. Okay, so yeah, and again, obviously, have your page correctly here. Okay. Top rated criminal attorney. We look to dismiss every deal. Okay, so you could keep the headlines here. Don't settle for average defense. Okay. Okay, I could do something like this. Hire. Obviously, oh, sorry. You see how it says attorney here? Don't forget that we're optimizing for a lawyer, right? So you want to make sure that you're using lawyer or lawyers or whatever. So, and I have a little bit of space left, so I could do something like this: call top-rated criminal lawyer. You just want to make sure that if it's a lawyer, the ad is always saying lawyer, not attorney, because you're optimizing the ad obviously for this particular word, not for an attorney. So, and the same thing here, right? So you want to get rid of that and make sure you have lawyer. Hire attorney with exceptional results in court. Rated and rated as the best criminal, or rated as the best, or I gotta get creative here. Or if I wanted to be a little bit closer to the keyword here, right? The keyword is best criminal lawyer in Stanford CT. uh, Best, I could do like that. Best criminal lawyer, or just take out criminal, really. Lawyer in Stanford CT. So definitely can take this out because we're already using CT. Best, and make sure that attorney is replaced with lawyer, or even better, we could do something like this: we get exceptional results in court, right? And rated as best criminal lawyer in Stanford. Pretty much found a way to fit in a full keyword here as much as possible. So why don't I just call. So, in this case, on his third ad, I'm not really using the best ad stuff because, we already covered into the other ads. The third ad, you're still covering a lot of the keywords that are relevant, which is Stanford, criminal lawyer, right? And make sure this is also changed. right? And again, I have Stanford here and criminal lawyer, right? So there's a lot of relevancy in the ad as is without the best stuff. And we already made sure that the best, this particular part of the keyword is also represented multiple times in our ads, right? So I would think that we're going to get a pretty good quality score for this particular keyword for the ads part. Okay, everything makes sense.
Yeah, makes sense.
All right, so Pio, it's going to be your turn to choose a keyword.
Right, let's see.
Okay, let's go, buddy. Um,
Uh,
take your time, see what you like. It's like we're at a grocery store.
hmm, I'm looking for something hard here.
Oh, you're trying to find something hard for me, huh?
Let's see. Uh, let's see. Yeah, loiter for firearm violation. I think that's the one for me. No leather exception.
Sure, sure. Okay. So I can tell you for a fact we're not gonna have um, anything that's gonna be like close to that keyword. We do have firearm attorney or a lawyer. Let me see, lawyer, firearm violation. Okay. So like I'll tell you guys like for most accounts, a lot of this work that I'm doing right now, right? I'm creating kind of like I'm doing a lot of work on these ads, but a lot of this work is gonna be almost done for you, right? Like kind of like the first example, where a lot of that work was already done. You just got to do minor edits here and there. But let's say we copy this firearm lawyer at group. Okay, let's paste it in. Uh-oh. So yeah, this happens too once in a while where you copy the ad group, but it doesn't copy the ads, right? So be watch out for that sometimes. Okay. So what's the keyword here? Lawyer for firearm. Okay, experience. Lawyer. Let's see if we can fit that in. For firearm violation. Okay. Okay, so we're 2 characters too long. So we could do CT lawyer, still too long. For lawyer for firearm violations, see if we beat hundreds of tough cases.
Then something pages
So I I could, if I really wanted to, I could do like something lawyer for firearm violations, right? And this way I could do like CT lawyer for firearm violations, and then use for somewhere else. For example, um, if I wanted to, I could get rid of this and do a brand new ad. Or I don't like that. I don't like that title too much. Okay, so top rated proven firearm defense. Okay, so I really could just change defense to a lawyer to provide slightly more relevancy if I wanted to. Firearm violation charges. Don't panic. I could even get rid of charges here because it doesn't really change the meaning at all. Firearm violation, it pretty much means the same thing. Okay, so just again, make sure that you have a correct URL. Okay, and the Google is going to give you this, follow our policies crap. Top rated CT firearms lawyer, firearm charges are specialty. Okay, so this is a really good ad, I think. So I could really take charges out again, right? And since an ad violation, I've just got to make sure that we can. So let me show you something. So let me explain something else, right? So we already have firearm lawyer here on the first line. So we really need to kind of, you know, just violation is only part of the keyword that needs to be used up, basically. So we could do something like this: violation charge our specialty. Okay. Top rated lawyer for. Let's see what else. Okay, so let me see if I could do this. So okay, so what I did here is, since the original keyword has lawyer for firearm violation, right? I just incorporated that, right, more or less, to fit that keyword a lot closer, right? Because Google usually like that stuff. If a keyword is really closely, if you have your keyword following pretty much the same format and using pretty much the same exact keyword, Google is gonna give you even more relevancy. Usually, in most cases. So we pretty much lawyer for firearm violation right here, right? So it follows a um, perfect format. Just slight mods, basically. Like I just changed it slightly in order to fit the keywords that we're trying to insert. That's all. Okay, so there, the body, you don't really need to change anything. It's good to go. So let's create a third one. Just straight up like that. Yeah, the only thing you probably want to do is change the body a little bit, so we're not using the same body text for multiple ads in the same ad group. Okay, yeah, make sure this is approved. Yeah, so the Google is triggering this review stuff is because we have firearm, right? So anytime you have some sort of a drug or sex or fire weapon type of stuff, it triggers this review. But you just uh, request a review, and it usually goes. 99% of the time it goes through because they're gonna see this is an attorney who's creating these ads, right? So that's that. Anything else you guys want me to explain in a little bit more detail as far as this ad creation goes? Yeah, and what we did here, guys, for this specific account, right, is it's a little bit slightly more difficult because we've used. There's not a lot of we haven't processed a lot of reports here for this account, right? Because we only started running. We've only been running this account maybe since like fall. It's only been a few months, and usually if we were caught up with work, we would have had like probably four, five, six reports that we would have processed. So a lot of these locations and more of a specific type of keywords already would have been in an account, right? So you would have just copied the template and kind of just made a lot less tweaks that I've been doing on this training session for you guys, and it would have been a lot easier, right? Like the first or second example that we did. Um, but I had to do a little bit more, get a little bit more creative with some of these ads because we're fitting something in that that's kind of brand new. But at the same time, you're still seeing what I'm doing, right? I'm still kind of just tweaking them a little bit, copying them from an account as much as possible. We want to make sure that we're doing as little work as possible, right? So if we have a template in an account that we already previously done and we know it works, just reuse that as much as possible. You have to tweak and add a little bit, go ahead and tweak it. Okay, so we could definitely go into a separate account if you guys want to and do some more ads. I don't mind.
Yeah, sure, yeah.
So let me show you for Medlin, for example, right? And let me show you another trick that you guys can do, right? So if you're stuck, let's say you're working on Irving or Shapiro or Maddox, whatever, and you're looking to create some sort of an ad, but you're stuck. You're like, you don't know. You need a little bit of help, and if you come into Medlin's account and let's say you were looking for some sort of a criminal ad group or an ad or whatever, an idea. Look at the depth that we have here. Look at how many different ads we have here, right? Look how many ads we have created over time. So if you're ever stuck and you don't know, what ad to use, what type of copy to use, just come into Medlin or one of our accounts, and the work is already done for you, man. All you have to do is just copy it. Okay. So one thing is obviously, right. So if you're looking to copy an ad from a different account or from a different ad group, and you have multiple choices, right? You have multiple types of ads you can copy. Maybe you want to kind of go over last old time or something and take a look which of these ads are getting better CTR, right? So if you have, let's say, ads here and some very similar ad group here or something, and you're trying to evaluate, right? So okay, I got 4 or 5 ads I can choose from. Which ones should I pick? You pick the ones probably with higher CTR, right? I mean, you could literally just go to our campaign, and look under all of the ads, right? You're gonna see a lot of ads here that kind of follows similar format, except for like little tweaks here and there. And you can sort them by clicks, impressions, or CTR, and kind of see what's performing well over time, right? And kind of copy that if you need to. Okay. But yeah, man, like guys, look, like I mean, we have so many ads here, right? There's already so much work that's been done as far as ad copy and all of that, right? Very little you need to do as far as ad copy. I mean, it's already created and it's already done, and you just gotta like tweak it. If you're copying if you're doing like a criminal lawyer in Stanford ad type of ad, right? Let's take a look what we have here, right? So we have a bunch of them for Fort Worth, criminal attorney, defense lawyer, criminal Fort Worth criminal defense lawyer, right? So let's see, we have probably have like Denton County, criminal lawyer, criminal attorney, Dallas. We have tons of cities. So I mean, we've done it. We've done them all. Okay, like so, best criminal defense attorney, best criminal attorney, best criminal law firm, best aggravated assault lawyer. Right. I mean, all of the templates that you'll ever need are already in our account. Right. So you really simply just need to copy them, tweak them for your specific keyword, and you're done. Make sense?
Right, yes.
I want this part of the process be as easy as possible for you guys, right? Because you guys just seen me like go ahead and kind of create ads for some of the keywords, right? And go do it from like put in 50% more of the work that I really need to if I have a template already created, right? So you guys would be creating like ad groups and keywords and using keywords that are very similar to what we're already using somewhere else in an account, whether it's this account or that account. You guys can look through, right? And it'll take you like a few minutes at most, and copy them. That's all. That's all I'm asking. It's gonna make all of our jobs a lot easier over time.
Yep, we just need to.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's here. I mean, I don't know what else I need to say, right? So if we're doing something, and for you got some sort of an embezzlement keyword in a different criminal attorney's account, and you're blanking. You can't find anything related to that in that specific account. Come to a different account, man, and copy these ads here, right? Copy them. That's all. So, P.O. Brian, you guys want me to go into more detail on any of this or no?
Yeah, I think I'm good.
Yeah, good as well. Yeah, looking forward to work with the accounts already.
Okay, P.O. So the most important thing for you, brother, is to actually you are working with accounts.
Yes, yes,
You are. What I gave you is practice work on that was done on real accounts. I've kind of taken the stress out of the process for you, kind of giving you, you know, work that's already completed so you can check your work, right? I mean, if I start checking your work manually, man, first of all, I've done that many times before, like for months at a time. First of all, it's a lot more time consuming both for you and me to do that. And second of all, it's going to be a lot more stressful for you because I'm going to be like giving you comments like PO, this is wrong, redo this, redo this, redo this, and that kind of a thing, right? So that's why I kind of for the first week, like first 2 weeks that you guys have been working with us as part of our company, I've taken the stress out more or less and kind of let you guys watch and rewatch some of the trainings that we did together, and provided you, Brian, you're a little bit more ahead, but like I provided you, PO, and both of you with work that we already done, right? Somebody already done for you, so you can refer to it while you're going on your own. It's like a almost as like a little cheat sheet for you to open and check your work, right? So you could do it really quickly without me looking over your shoulder at every point of the process, right? So, but PO, please, like we've been doing this for a little while, man. You got to get your stuff done. Your pages need to be done. Your ads need to be done. Your online Google Doc need to be filled out, right? There's no more excuse. You gotta get that stuff done to me and give it to me so I can take a look and see how far you're progressing, right? Because going forward, we're going to be moving at a lot faster speed, and in order for you to kind of jump into accounts and start working on real accounts, I need to see that you're actually getting better. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna have to like kind of take more control of the process and start checking you like on you like more often, right? And Brian, same applies to you, obviously, right? I'm kind of giving you a little bit of time and kind of taking it easy with you guys and not putting too much pressure on you guys, right? Kind of like um, doing what I need to do and what you guys need as far as like training or whatever else help, and letting you kind of go in accounts and play around and practice as much as possible, right? But you already, Brian, you're pretty much already working on a live account, so and we're like making tweaks. So like whether it's today or tomorrow, man, we're gonna whatever the work you do, we're gonna do a training session and maybe like do a separate session. We're gonna add all of that stuff in an account live, okay?
I got it.
Okay, okay, yep.
I'll do that.
Yeah. So with all of that said and done, I'm gonna let you guys go for today. Kind of go ahead and again finish up what you need to, Brian. If you need to create more ads or whatnot, and if you run into any issues, you let me know, man. I'll jump on a call with you if needed and help you out.
Got it. Got it. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay. I'm gonna check on you guys in like 3 hours.
Okay. Yep.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. By that time, I'm assuming this video is gonna be done as well. So you guys gonna have it for your reference.
All right. Thank you. Thank you.
All right. I'll talk to you guys in a few hours.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.